Welcome back, everybody. We're in the shop again today. I've got an order to fill, so I'm going to draw up something real quick in Lightburn. This will be used to mount on a 4x4 mailbox post. Let's jump right on into Lightburn here and let's get started. The dimensions that were requested are 12 inches tall. I'm going with 3 inches wide so the address will fit across the mailbox post. And the lineman climbing up the post, he'll be hanging off the back, kind of like he's climbing the post. I do know this particular address has 3 digits, so I'm just going to make a long rectangle, and I'm going to put 3 squares in the middle of it and space it out for a 3-digit address. Now I'm going to grab a circle tool. We're going to cut some holes for some mount points. Hold your Control and D to duplicate it. Slide the new one down to the bottom. Now there's the basic outline of the address. Let me type the address in real quick and get it centered up. I'm going to select all of these numbers so I can size them all up at the same time to make sure they're all the same size. And then we'll reposition it. I started to just mount the numbers at the bottom of each number. I figured it'd be more stable if I had it mounted at the top and bottom. I know Lightburn has a Boolean assistant to help you figure out which one of these cut paths you need, but it's just as fast to select both of these and click on each one. You can Control Z to undo anything you don't like. Order of operations does matter, so you have to click on the outline box, then the number in this case. That's the one I want, so let's go on and finish the rest of them. And we'll move on to the 6. Change that to a fill layer. Let's see how it's going to look. Then we'll bring in my vector. This is a vector that I commonly use for flags. I put this vector together many years ago. So I just pulled it out of a different project to bring it in here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these wires though. Grab this handle and pull it around, reshape that bell. Just place these nodes around where they need to be. Get rid of all excessive nodes. I try to get rid of all unnecessary nodes. The more nodes you have, the slower your machine will run. Your computer has to calculate each one of those nodes. So having a smooth curved arc is a lot better than having 50 nodes to make a circle. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time chasing nodes down, but that is something I try to keep in mind. I'm going to attach this to the side of the address now. I think that pole's still a little bit too tall. I want to shrink it down just a hair. So let's do a Control Z a few times. Shrink that down, slide it over a bit, and then re-weld it together. There, that looks a lot better. Alright, we're going to take this and bring it into VCarve. VCarve is the program I use to make the G-code for the CNC machine. So in VCarve, we're just going to create a profile. I'm going to select the whole graphic. I'm going to choose my plasma torch. My plasma torch kerf is 0.068 inches. I just make one flute. I'm going to run that down to 100 inches per minute. I'm cutting this out of 16 gauge steel. I want that plunge rate to be really low. It'll give that plasma torch time to kick on as the CNC is pushing the torch towards the metal. Gives it more of a pierce time. I think other programs do call it a pierce delay. Well, I'm using CNC router software here, so we're calling it a plunge rate. paint this black. I was debating whether to just clear coat it, leave it metal, or paint it black, but I think it's going to stand out better if it's black.